Okay, brothers and sisters, the real sisters, let's talk about the elephant in the room. This is the current image of black women as portrayed by black women. Watch the video. Such lust for attention and Caucasian approval. And if you notice and look how it's easy to get them to join in on such foolishness at either a target, oh, that's a target, right? These are the same Fefails that tell you this on the right. My nails / feet are $90. Eyebrows are $12. Rent is $1,674. Utilities is $180. Other needs, insurance, phone, food, transportation, average at $590. If you're in a relationship with me, you're paying for all of it, period. Me and my bills are a package. FOH, pay up or leave me alone. Leaving her alone, total priceless. Funny how these Fefails don't understand that the peace we have by leaving her alone, the serenity that we have by leaving her alone, choosing a woman from a different community, and that choice made possible by black women, see via Loving versus Virginia and Caucasian men, is priceless. Absolutely, toodalutely priceless. Now, I say to you, why would anybody in their right mind still want to deal with these when this consists, based on their standards and current statistics, to be about 70+% of the population of black women who also get the approval of black women? Not only are they doing this, either they're doing it or they are approved by other black women and protected by black women, in that you can't say anything. Oh, we'll get that. We'll get to that. Why would we want to deal with this? Oh, brainwashing by our black mothers. Yeah, our mama's black, who brainwash sons to put up with this kind of mess. Why? Because they's black women's. So let's get really into this. All right, so real quick, let me greet everybody. Whordom hardugu dog all the way to the bay versus los bonjour mes amis. Kedu bawa ni konnichiwa. Ni hao ni ama, sani bonani, jumbo habarigani, assalamu alaikum and shalom. Talafa lava soifua and kumusta ka or kumusta por kayo. And so, let's get this breakdown. These BL Fefails Whordom demo show that you just saw, it is showing that their morals are lower than low. There is low, and there is lower than you thought they could go, and they went lower than that. That's where we're at. All right? Now, let me remind y'all, my Cash App and my PayPal me is in the description box. Please donate if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. I got their brothers that are helping out. And you know, this is where most of my retirement money is going to. Well, a lot of it after my bills. So, you know, we making do. But I can still use the help. All right? So, don't forget to also thumbs up and leave a comment. Leave a comment in all my videos. I want to hear what you have to say. So don't forget the thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to click that bell when you subscribe too, because you know YouTube is big on unsubscribing brothers from brothers channels. All right, so you see the foolishness that is these BL Fefails. You see how they tend to like to join in on the foolishness. All right, so the other one had a cart, was going her own way, saw a bunch of other females weaved up, made up with their clown makeup, and all the witchcraft that they have to deceive a man as they desire a mannequin. It's gotten so bad that these females have rejected the good Afro men. Understand this. They wanted men other than the good Afro men. And when Pookies leave them alone, I guess the mannequins are due. Well, Lord knows that they made all these toys for them first. They made the videos for the men, but the toys for the females. All right, so the mannequin isn't a far cry. But wow, didn't they get upset when they made a female mannequin for the purpose of men's satisfaction? They said that's not fair, huh? Oh yeah, because they're not able to exploit and take the man's resources. They gave the man another reason to leave them alone. So now, brothers and sisters, let's take a look at this for a hot second. Montgomery Police Detective Tanisha Pugley killed by ex-boyfriend, who is what? Charged with capital murder. All right. Now, let me tell you a little more about this story as we look closely at who she was, not what the media is going to make out about her, not what the family is going to make out about her, but who she was. And you could tell who she was by her choices that she made in men. All right, this is a woman with the degree, with protection, that she worked for the police force. How did that go for her? Think about this. Now, I want y'all to understand something. We kept saying that we wanted to protect the females. We kept saying that as men, it's our job to protect the females. But these females told us, no, that was not our job. That they don't need no man. They don't need us to protect them. Then when they couldn't protect themselves, like Megan Thee Stallion, who obviously could because she was beating the crap out of her boyfriend until he shot her in the foot, she goes on to say, we are the most unprotected. No, the black woman is not the most unprotected. The child in the home of the black woman is the most unprotected. Let me clear that up for you. Black women are not the most unprotected in the Afro community. As a matter of fact, they are the most protected by the system. If they wouldn't make some clown foolish choices like they do, then they would be fully protected, so much so that they are protected enough to do evil towards Afro men and get away with it. Like the paint video. All right? But they're not the most unprotected. The most unprotected is any child under their care. That's statistically the truth. By a long shot. Especially if it's a male child, by a long shot. Children are the most unprotected in the custody of the black female. So ask yourself this. If the court knows this to be statistically true, if they have all the data, the same data we look at and present on my channel, and they're the court, the ones that's putting out this data, why do they still give the children to the mother first? Automatically. They must want those children destroyed. All right. So let's take a closer look again. at what's going on here. All right. We kept saying that the black woman hate us black men, us Afro men. They hate us. They're the ones that told us we were black and all this stuff. Now, what's worse is they don't like themselves. 40% of African women, this is Africa, bleach their skin. Nigeria, 77%, Tonga, 59%, South Africa, 39%, Senegal, 27%, Mali, 25%. Right? The United States ranks second worst country in the developed world to raise a family. That's because of the laws. The laws in the United States are against children, men, and the family. Even though they understand that the children are not protected when they give them to the single mother, they do it anyway. So now they have this stat to be the second worst country in the developed world to raise a family. Something that the United States, and this is a leftist country, the left made up all these laws that made this country to be the worst. The left made up all these laws to be against the family. So let's not blame this on Trump. This is purely the Democrat and Democratic states, Democratic governors and Democratic ideologies. Not the concept of authority and power and voting, but we're talking about the party. All right, y'all better understand. All right, we are not allowed to say the truth or tell them the truth that this woman is grossly obese, not good for a relationship. All right, I know a lot of dudes will still hit it, but they're not good for a relationship. Just hit and quit. And they want to force you to lie to them to make them feel good. See, because all the while they didn't take care of themselves because they felt like they didn't need to. And then when they start not getting any men, they go on a campaign. Yeah, this is a commercial campaign to try to force and con us into lying to them and saying that this looked good. All right, but when you look to the right, you say Asian men, I need a man to lead me. White Asian women, I need a man to lead me. White women, I want a man to lead me. Arab women, my husband leads me. Black women, I'm independent. I don't need no nah. All right, that's the mentality that these black Fefails taught their children. They taught their sons to be shamed, to despise himself and despise his father. They taught the daughter to despise the father, but con him so that you can continually use him after the mother gets finished using him for his child support for 18 years. Most fathers should be like me and check out after your responsibility is done. Right? If I'm not allowed to raise my child to think like me, after my quote-unquote court responsibility is done, don't look for me. Period. All right, that's the price that the mother has to pay. Because I can tell you from personal experience, they raised the daughters to be against the fathers. So it is no good for the fathers to have these women in their life at all, especially after they're grown. And the mother caused this. So don't let them guilt you into thinking that you should do what the mother wants. The mother wants you always to be used in perpetuity. All right? These people need to understand that the mother make all these decisions, so she's going to bear the consequences of these decisions that she made alone. She's going to bear the consequences alone. Period. At the end of the day, it's a con game that these Fefails have been running on the Afro man and community. They say they had our back. The only time they have our backs is when it's time to get up and get attention from the media. So the media can say, oh, these women have marched for the men, the very men they put in a situation to be murdered by the police, because they're the ones that made the call, put them in the very situation to be murdered by their decisions, say like with drug dealers, because they kept them as boyfriends. And so the repercussions of their past relationships ends up harming the good man that they get, because he didn't know any better. This is why we need to go, leave them alone, and look and see where real women are. Yes, are there good women in the so-called black community? Yeah, because statistically there is. But notice how I said statistically there is, because I haven't ran across one that wants a good man. I have not run across one. Most of them want to be alone or be with another woman. All right? Or they're not suitable for a man because they want to run the man. So y'all tell me, what do y'all think? Because I haven't run across one. Brothers, what say you? And I mean personally. Now, I know some good ones. I know one in England that I would like to holler at, but they're in England. All right? I know there's Bertha. Shout out to her. Love that woman. Always get her something, right? But this is woman that probably raised the family, grandchildren and stuff, right? Old school, old school. We don't have too many like that anymore. All right? We don't have too many like that anymore, old or young. Period. We have all that drunk the Kool-Aid that they don't need no man, and their job is to tell the men that we need to give up our authority and position to the women and be men no more. I ain't down with that. What about you? Let me know in the comment section. With that said, I'm out.